First and foremost, leaders are people who take on a role, but they remain human beings with very human needs and struggles. Leadership doesn't remove that, it often amplifies it. The way a leader relates to themselves inevitably shows how they lead others. And that's why leadership development needs to happen on a human level. When people grow in self-awareness and inner clarity, they can express their strength much more authentically through their leadership role. What I often observed in leaders, no matter their position in the hierarchy, were very human struggles, especially around relationships. And it really starts with the relationship to ourselves. How aware am I about my own needs, boundaries, ambitions, and vulnerabilities? Do I trust myself? Do I take care of myself? When leaders are not connected to that inner clarity, it becomes difficult to communicate authentically or bring their full presence into relationships with colleagues, teams, or clients. And when those boundaries are not clear, it's very easy to overstep them, stay in constant stress, and eventually run into burnout. What convinced me about her work is that it works on a deeper level than the traditional coaching methods. It's trauma sensitive, and it focuses on the underlying patterns that shape how we lead and relate to others. Many limiting behaviors are connected to very fundamental underlying needs, like safety, autonomy, or belonging, often shaped early in life and deeply embedded in our nervous system. That's why they can't simply be changed through willpower, performance strategies, or the constant push to optimize ourselves. Her work helps people to recognize these patterns and transform them from within. And that's what creates real and sustainable change. I believe anyone who wants to step more fully into their authentic power as a leader would benefit from working with Cornelia, especially those who feel that leadership shouldn't just mean pushing harder and exhausting themselves. Her work is for leaders who want to access their deeper leadership wisdom and lead with more clarity, ease, and fulfillment, particularly for people who define success not only through achievement, but also through health, meaningful relationships, and having space for what truly matters in life. When leaders transform their relationship they have with themselves, everything changes. How they lead, how teams work together, and ultimately what becomes possible in organizations. I believe her work is especially valuable for leaders who want to step in their authentic power without pushing themselves constantly to the limit. Leaders who want to lead with more clarity, ease, and connection, and who sense that true leadership also means being connected to their own wisdom. And it's particularly powerful for those who recognize that real success doesn't mean sacrificing health, fulfillment, or meaningful time for things that matter most in life.